Hello, everyone, and welcome back to Gridiron and Grit. No filters, no suits, just football. I'm your host, Jacob Worthen, and joining me, as always, is Mr. the Philly Grim, Nathaniel Dolan. Uh, as you can see, I'm not in my usual setup in where I live. I am on the road in Las Vegas for the Big Ten Football Media Days, but that's not going to stop me and uh, Nathaniel here from bringing you an episode. Our buddy Camden will be joining us later, hopefully. He ran into some work. Hopefully he joins us, but we shall see. In the meantime, Dolan, we're breaking down some AFC divisions today.
Hell yeah, brother. I'm excited for it.
Yep, today we're breaking down the rowdy West in the AFC South, and the AFC East. We divvied it up on first come, first serve, pretty much. Whoever wanted to do it. Truth be told, nobody wanted to do the Chiefs, but somebody had to do the Chiefs. It makes sense. No, nobody likes the Chiefs unless you're Chiefs fans, and
Or Taylor Swift.
or Taylor Swift. That's for sure. Jesus, I mean,
Or referees.
or referees. Yeah, you're right. But I picked to do the AFC West. Dolan has volunteered to cover the AFC East, and Cam, if he gets here, will do the AFC South. Or if he does not get here, Dolan and I are just going to shoot from the hip on what we think the AFC South is going to look like.
We're just going to be probably freestyling, so stay tuned for that one.
Absolutely. So getting right into the thick of things, I do have some news today that our buddy is going to be upset about, and I'll have to tell him if he gets in later. But you know how he was so happy about getting the honey badger on his defense?
Yep.
Yeah, he retired from the NFL today.
Wah, 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 wah. And the losing streak continues for the New Orleans Saints.
I mean, he shouldn't have been so stoked about it, I guess.
Yeah, he talked bad about my birds, so, karma's a bitch.
Hey, shit happens, but we wish Tyrion Matthew the best of luck in what he's
Retirement.
at. Yeah, retirement, whatever he decides to do now that he's no longer a football player. But I'm going to get into the AFC West here. I'm going to start with my standings breakdown. As much as I don't like them, Kansas City's my pick to win this division, followed by Denver, then the Chargers, and then the Raiders.
Okay.
Looking at it, I really think that this division is going to be the absolute toughest in all of the NFL this year.
Is it, and I have to ask, why is that? Is it because of the schedule, or is it the teams they're playing, or is it just because the whole division is full of amazing teams this year?
I think it's not so necessarily amazing teams. It's the amount of potential that every team has. Kansas City is obviously Kansas City. We can't look past Kansas City. Denver's on the come up with Sean Payton at the helm. The Chargers still a contender in that division. And the Raiders, they just added a Super Bowl winning coach and picked up who is the draft pick that's probably going to win Rookie of the Year.
Okay.
So I think this is going to be an exciting time to be a fan of the AFC West. Like Friday, I'm going to start with number 4 and work my way up to number 1, starting with Las Vegas. So this is where I am. I mean, if I put too much bad juju on them, I guess I might get in trouble, but we'll see. I like the Raiders. I do like the Raiders. I do like their draft pick of picking up Ashton Genty. Personally, I would have loved to have seen him go to Chicago, but that's neither here nor there. I have bias, and I'm not ashamed to admit that. But they drafted Ashton Genty, which is a huge pickup. They also brought in Super Bowl winning head coach Pete Carroll as the new head coach there. They also brought in Geno Smith, following Pete Carroll from Seattle. You remember Geno Smith had that comeback player of the year had a wave of momentum in Seattle. So I think Genty is going to be the backbone and the pivotal role of this team. The Raiders went out and did a good draft pick, considering they finished last in the league last year in rushing yards per game, only averaging 94 yards per game as a team.
Damn.
So yeah, and picking up this explosive running back, who in my mind should have won the Heisman. It's not a popularity contest. The Heisman shouldn't be a popularity contest. I'll say this right now. I mean, yes, Travis Hunter is a good player. He's good both sides of the ball. Did he deserve to win the Heisman? I don't think so. I think Ashton Genty should have won the Heisman. He really should have. I feel like he got snubbed and robbed. But I think if Genty can be, and don't forget now, minority owner Tom Brady is with the team of Las Vegas, so he's going to have. I know with his role at Fox, he can't really have much involvement with the team, but we'll see. I mean, Brady's cheated before. I'm sure he'll try to cheat again. But I think if Genty can be the running back that us college fans, because we saw him last year, know that he can be. And I think if Geno Smith can continue his momentum from Seattle, and I know that's a big ask for a quarterback like Geno Smith.
Yeah, I was going to say something about that, but I'll let you finish your thing quickly.
Yeah, no. If Smith can continue his momentum, I think this could be a very dangerous Raiders team. I think everything goes according to plan. Geno Smith steps up big like he did in Seattle. Genty lives up to the hype. Max Crosby in that defense is just an absolute force. I think the absolute best I see this Las Vegas team going is 12-5. I think 12-5.
Damn.
Yeah,
giving them that's the best though, right? What's your guess? Because
well, the Raiders are coming off a year where they finished. Let me pull it up right here. The Raiders did finish 4-13 last year, but in regards,
so you're giving them a massive ass fucking step
again
up.
This is the best I see them doing. I reiterate it for every team because I know I'm gonna catch some slack for it, but that's the best I see them doing is 12-5. Huge jump, big jump,
Massive jump.
But we do know not everything goes according to plan. We do know things go haywire. Schemes don't mesh. They got to come up with new offensive schemes, new defensive schemes. Move some people around, might have you.
Might actually trade some people.
Maybe. I think though they take a decent step forward and they go to, I think they finish 9-8.
Still a little bit of a step, but okay.
It's a bigger step for most than most teams, but I think Genty and Pete Carroll is what this offense needs and what this city needs. Absolute worst. I see slight improvement still off of last year. 6-11 is how I think they will finish as the absolute worst. I mean, who knows? That could be what they actually finish, and I'm just terribly off. I mean, it happens. But yeah, I think 6-11 is the basement for this team.
So you're hyping up Geno Smith. You're reminding everybody of all the good he did last year, but I'm going to remind you of all the shit that he did last year too. We're talking about a guy who literally played an entire game where it was just field goals. And that was last year too. An entire game played off of field goals. And I'm not saying Seattle was the best team, but they did have some weapons on that team, and he still was not able to use them to their advantages. I don't know. Geno Smith is not. I don't think he's as good as you think he is. I don't think him moving to the Raiders is going to change anything at all for him at least. You're
I mean,
just going to another team that fell extremely short of what they needed to do last year to another team. And they might have gotten some better weapons, but
yeah, and I see that. I also look at it like I don't know because Gardner Minshew's not there anymore. Aiden O'Connell is going to be your backup, and O'Connell had some flashes of good games last year when Minshew got hurt. But I'm not saying Smith is going to be this great quarterback that is going to lead Vegas to a Super Bowl. That's not what I'm saying at all. I'm saying if he can perform well to like the standard of last year, then this Raiders team might have a glimmer of hope. But you also gotta look at that O line and see what they can do about making sure Genty can get in space and get some yards.
So, do you have any toss up games that you think could sway the Raiders this year at any chance? Or what game do you think is going to be the big decider for Las Vegas to even get to that 9-8 ideal that you?
I would. They're not on the level of Kansas City. They're not. Let's just get that out of the way. They're
Yeah.
not on, they're not on the level of Kansas City. They're not on the level of Philadelphia. I think, and there's a few opponents who I could see them maybe swaying a bit for if they can play well against Houston, either one of the two Denver games, or if they put on a good showing against Washington, I think that'll help give this team a glimmer of hope. Because right there you have three playoff teams that you could contend with in a sense. It's just how are you going to show up?
All right. Well, good comeback on that.
I mean, hey, they can't contend with Kansas City. They might get a gimme game against Kansas City when Kansas City's like, oh yeah, we've clinched. Let's just
throwaway game. Yeah.
Yeah, let's just bench our starters kind of thing.
Yeah.
Moving on to the Chargers. I feel like the Chargers are, you know what? The defense last year was the highlight of this team. The defense finished first in fewest points allowed last year. I think the offense needs to take a little bit more of a step. They're kind of middle of the pack statistically wise. And I mean, Harbaugh is a championship winning coach, just not at the professional level yet. You know, he won a national title with Michigan, and like you were talking about, JJ McCarthy over at Minnesota. That's who McCarthy's coach was when he won that national title, was Harbaugh.
That could give Chargers a little hope right there.
Yeah,
undefeated team. Yeah,
going
from an undefeated team.
And obviously, he's not going to do it in year one. That's just crazy.
No.
But I think the offense will have to improve just a bit slightly to have a shot at a division title. I think Harbaugh will he's looking to get the Chargers past the first round of the playoffs for the first time since 2018, and their first division title since 2009. That's how long it's been since the Chargers last won the AFC West.
Damn.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Record prediction time. My ceiling for this team is the same as I have it for the Raiders, 12-5.
All right, here.
Looking at the Chargers' schedule, I think the Chargers just I don't know what it is, and I don't know what about it is just like making me feel I don't want to say queasy or making me doubt myself, but like
Mm,
I think
okay.
that they're going to lose one to Kansas City.
I think they might actually lose both to Kansas City.
Well, I'm trying to remember what I wrote down for my 12 my ceiling. I think I had a loss to Kansas City, a loss to Washington, a loss to Philly. Okay, yeah, no. I had two losses. I had two losses to KC, a loss to Philly, a loss to Washington, and a loss to Houston.
Not Pittsburgh.
No, I think they beat Pittsburgh.
See,
If
that's the problem.
again for the ceiling, if they go 12-5.
I think Pittsburgh's one of those wild card teams. You just don't know with them.
Right. I mean, but Aaron Rodgers is washed up, man. He's washed. Like he's to the Brett Favre days of his playing career.
Yeah,
If his other ACL goes out, that bro's done.
probably already has. Just don't
Right?
know about it.
Um I think they go 10-7. I think this team goes 10-7 uh with a loss to Pittsburgh, and then I think a loss to Denver uh or Miami, one of the two. Either a loss to definitely a loss to Pittsburgh, and then a loss to either Miami or Miami, Denver, Minnesota is that other loss
Mm,
for 10-7. Uh, basement, absolute drizzling shits. 6-11. I still
oh,
think, yeah, but I don't think they're gonna be there. I think they're gonna be 10-7 and contending for a wild card spot. That's what I have for the Chargers. I don't. Justin Herbert is a good quarterback, but I don't.
you don't. He's not that special.
It's not that he's not that special. It's that you're in a division with Patrick Mahomes, and you also got to try to compare. I mean, I don't know if he does or not, but you also got Josh Allen in the AFC.
Yeah, Josh Allen is one of those quarterbacks that we'll get into in a little bit, but it's not a fun division to be in right now.
No, but that's what I got for the Chargers. I think Harbaugh could lead them past the first round for the first time since 2018. I think it might be a little bit longer before they get that first division
Yeah.
title since 2009. Moving on to Denver, my runner-up in the West. I think so. Sean Payton's coming off a year where he led Denver to a 10-7 record last year, and the first playoff berth for the Broncos since they won Super Bowl 50. After Super Bowl 50, Denver
Fell
hasn't been
off.
back in. Yeah, fell off. They haven't been back in the playoffs since last year. Um, gonna got to improve offensive production after finishing 19th in total offense. 20th in passing yards per game and 16th in rushing yards per game. The defense is going to be what makes this Denver team deadly, per se. They're coming off a year where they finished in third in points against and seventh in total yards allowed. And they came away. This defense came away with the most sacks last year in the league. And I think if everything goes well, Denver realistically can contend for a division title maybe this year. And I'll explain why when I get to the Chiefs. Absolute big ceiling for Denver. This might come as a shock to people. And again, this is the I can't stress this enough.
I know
This is
somebody who's about to just love you.
who?
Little couchy poo.
Oh, Ian's gonna love me.
Oh yeah.
He's a big Denver guy.
Oh yeah.
Um, absolute best. I see this Denver team going 14-3 with losses to Philly, Kansas City. Well, one loss to Kansas City. They get the other one against them. And then I think I had it as either Washington or Cincinnati was that other loss for the high side.
Damn.
14-3. Now, what I realistically think they're going to finish 11-6. I think they finished 10-7 last year. I think they improved by 1 win. I think they go 11.
Okay.
I think they go 11-6. We're breaking down the AFC West right now. If you're new here, drop a comment in there. We'll respond to you. But yes, I think Denver goes 11-6. Definitely a wild card team. I think they make the playoffs again. Whether or not that's a deep run, I'm not gonna say that right now. I don't have the fucking power to say that. Basement for this Denver team. I feel like this Denver team, if everything goes kerpoop, 7-10. 7-10 is what I think this Denver team would finish at the absolute worst.
No comment.
No comment?
No comment. They had a really, their season started off a little bumpy, I think, last year, but you are correct. They are starting to build a lot of momentum. I don't know if they are anywhere close to a championship run yet, or even in the same talk with the other person in their division, which is the Chiefs. They struggle. I'm going to reiterate again. They did struggle a lot at the beginning of the season. But they seem to find like common ground somewhere in the middle of the season, and they rode that the entire way. I don't see what you see yet. I don't have a counterpoint to it. It's just I just don't see it yet. That's my thing.
No, that's fair, and I'm not saying they're going to be a championship team, but I think they can put some stress on Mahomes and company in the division at least.
Yeah.
I mean, hey man, this is why we make predictions. It's fun.
Yeah.
Moving on. Oh, shit. To my pick to win the West, and I know a couple guys I know are just going to be eating this shit up.
But will they make it back to the Super Bowl? Ooh. Will they lose again in the Super Bowl?
I hope they don't make it back. They're not even my pick to win the AFC. The Kansas City Chiefs. So Mahomes and company are coming off a year where they finished 15-2 with losses only to Buffalo and Denver, and that Denver game was a gimme. End of the season, Denver shut them out. Gimme game.
Most of their games were gimmies.
No, leaving it in the hands of the refs are not gimme games.
It's gimme games.
No. The Chiefs will, however, look to try to win their 5th AFC title, like conference championship, in 6 years. And they will hopefully look to beef up the passing protection for Mr. Kermit the Frog.
Just know, Kermit, we're coming for you.
I hope so.
We're coming for you.
You guys better beat the absolute dog piss out of them.
I think I get more joy out of watching them beat the Chiefs at this point than I do the Cowboys.
Right. So this Andy Reid-led Chiefs team will be looking to beef up the pass protection after a horrendous season. And yes, I am calling it what it is. Chiefs fans might not like this, but statistically, I don't care. Statistically, a horrendous season from Mahomes, throwing for the least amount of yards and touchdowns since becoming the starter in Kansas City. And I don't care. Statistically, that is a horrendous season for a guy that they gave a 10-year contract to.
Oh, yeah.
And so, like, no, I'm sticking to my guns here. And then you also have and you know what? I'm going to be biased again here because I don't care. You have the second best, all right? Second best tight end in the league. Travis Kelce. He needs to improve as well because he also posted the lowest numbers of his career last year in both yards and touchdowns.
There is a point in a man's career where they're just like, it's time to hang something up. I think Travis Kelce is at that point where, what has he got left to show? Like, what does he got to prove? He's already won a few.
Nothing.
Like, he's got nothing to prove anymore.
Nothing.
You got an
might be
amazing girlfriend. You've already gone.
Yes, just retire, marry her, go settle down, have a family. Like
look what retirement's done for your brother. It's done great things for him.
Exactly. I mean, it sucks because, he's the second best tight end in the league. He's the second best Kelce. Well, he actually might be the third best Kelce because Kylie's way cooler than he is.
Amen to that.
I'm just saying, but at the end of the day, this is Kansas City's division. Pure and simple. It's been Kansas City's division. It still is Kansas City's division. However, if things do not get fixed with Kermit and Travis, I would say be on the lookout for Denver and the Chargers to challenge Kansas City and really test them.
Just so everybody knows, we're giving this hate because this is actual facts that happened last year. Think about Mahomes when he did that last run, especially against the 49ers, and somehow won it. Everybody always said, don't give freaking him any time left on the clock or he's going to use it to his advantage. It was shown in Philadelphia when they played against them. It was shown against the 49ers. So for him to show a decrease in what he's been known to do, that's actually a problem. And I still think that Buffalo should have won that championship game. I don't know how they won it. It was the same way with how the Ravens and the Bills played last year going into that game. There's a lot of questions that probably won't get answered. Patrick Mahomes and company are probably the biggest one. How do you go from 15 and you said 15-2, right?
Yes, they finished 15-2 last year.
So how do you go 15-2 and all of a sudden go into a Super Bowl and be down 24 points by halftime with no points on the board and not be able to score until the third quarter of the game? How do you get all of these interceptions?
Coop. That's my cornerback right there. Pick 6 in the Super Bowl. First career pick 6 in the Super Bowl. On his birthday against Patty Mahomes. Love it. Iowa boy. Chef's kiss. Mwah.
And it's just, how do you let a rookie show you up like that? First off, how does your O-line not read that? There's a lot of problems going on in Kansas City, and you are correct on that. I don't want to jinx it for all the non-Chief fans out there, but I do think the Chiefs are on the downfall now. Hopefully, now they're going to have their dark horse moment or their dark side come out, and we're going to have to deal with Patrick Mahomes for the next 7 years, like Tom Brady.
Right. So before I get into record prediction, ceiling, and basement, we do have our first comment. Ian Couch.
I knew
what's Denver's low? Well, Ian, I think the worst that Denver can finish is 7-10. However, that's not what I think they're going to finish. I think Denver's going to finish 11-6 and be a wild card team. And we have another there at the bottom.
Oh.
What's Nathaniel's prediction of Denver's record?
I'm going to go. I already said this. I'm not going to say much on Denver yet, but I'm going to agree with Jacob on it. It's probably going to be with 11 and.
I have 11-6.
Yeah, 11-6. I don't think. Sorry, Couch. I don't think you're ready to go against the Chiefs just yet.
I mean, hey, maybe in a year or two, possibly, or if Kansas City slumps again this year, I think the door might open for them. Yeah, 11-6 is where I think Nathaniel thinks 11-6 as well, or around that range. Moving into the Chiefs, I think looking at this schedule, I think the absolute best this team does is 15-2 again. That's their ceiling with losses to Philly and Buffalo because they always seem to lose to Buffalo in the regular season.
Yeah.
However, I think they're going to go 13-4 and they're going to lose to Baltimore as well and Detroit. So their losses are going to be Philly, Baltimore, Detroit, and Buffalo. Yeah, those are going to be their 4 losses. I mean, realistic
Yeah.
there for the Chiefs. Absolute worst 9-8. Add 4 more losses, like add a loss to Houston. Add a loss like the Raiders grab one. Ian, we do have a comment here from Ian. Ian thinks I think Kansas City loses 1 to each of the AFC teams, which is wild because I think he means AFC West teams. So if that was the case, Ian thinks that they're going to finish. Let's see. We'll just count. I don't even know how to count right now. Going off of what I said, 13-4. Yep, West only. I got you, Ian. Don't worry. Building off 13-4, I think then you would get 3. Yeah, you'd get 3 extra losses. So that'd be 10-7. Couch thinks they're going to go 10-7. Couch thinks the Chiefs.
Couch, you are a dreamer, aren't you, man? You're a dreamer.
We'll have to give him a link. Have him come up here sometime.
Yeah, that'd be funny to see what he says.
Oh yeah, absolutely. I'm loving this. Realistically, they should have gone 7-10 last year.
Wow, it's like he's reading our minds or something. Yeah, that's exactly what we're talking about. I'm telling you, the Bills should have fucking gone to the Super Bowl.
Yes.
I don't know how. It's the fucking striped zebras, bro. It's those extra players on the Chiefs team just coming back to help them. And this is the fun fact, too. Some of them actually did get caught last year. There was a ref that got caught for throwing bets on the Chiefs. So, for everybody who thought it was not a thing, it was a thing.
It was a thing. Yeah, that was actually something I was going to get into there, Ian.
They won at 6.
There was a lot of one possession games that won it was a lot of just one possession games. Whether or not it was you call the refs, better clock management, it's whatever have you, neither here nor there.
I'm gonna say refs.
I know a lot of people are gonna say refs, and
it's the fucking refs. They were paid off.
Still good, but yeah. So top to bottom, Chiefs finishing 13-4, Denver finishing 11-6, wild card team, and I'll get to that on Friday when we talk about who we have as our playoff picks. Raiders 10-7, and no, Raiders 9-8, Chargers 10-7. That is Hollywood's determination of how the AFC West is going to play out.
All right. So we're moving on into the AFC East now.
That is correct, sir.
Awesome. So I have the AFC East, which is Buffalo, Miami, New England, and New York. The Jets, not the Giants. My predictions for the standings of this division are going to probably be Buffalo number 1, Miami number 2, and I'm going to go with number 3 as for the Patriots this year, and the Jets having a downfall, going to number 4. I'm going to start off with the Bills.
Alrighty. 1 second, though, because we do have a question from a viewer. Ian Couch, again, he's been he loves us. Biggest offseason move this year by any team. Thoughts? Well, Ian, I would have to say I have some bias. To me, the biggest offseason move this year was the Bears bringing in Ben Johnson as their head coach.
Yeah, I was going to say that too.
I think getting an offensive coordinator, well, he was an offensive coordinator at Detroit. Look how good Detroit did. And the plays he was calling in Detroit really works well around Caleb Williams. Caleb Williams is the biggest part of that scheme, and I think Caleb Williams fits it well. And I think Ben Johnson is the head coach that Chicago has been looking for, honestly, since we got rid of Lovie Smith. I mean, I think that's the biggest offseason move this year by any team.
I'm going to go with the second one, which would probably be Aaron Rodgers moving to Pittsburgh. So a team that's already been struggling, the New York Jets, just lost a quarterback that probably would have been beneficial for them. Now going to Pittsburgh. So you lose because I have it in my notes somewhere, but Aaron Rodgers pretty much was the New York Jets last year, among a few other people. The reason they got so much passing yards on offense was because of Aaron Rodgers. Now he's gone, so hence the reason I think Jets are going to start having a downfall. Also, Russell Wilson, that's another thing, but I really could give two shits about Russell Wilson.
Well, he's at the Giants now, so I mean, it's not really the biggest offseason move. It's kind of more confusing. Ian did bring up a good point. I mean, I know you think that the Jets are gonna have a little bit of a downer year, but they did just re-sign Sauce Gardner. I mean, that's a good reclaim for the Jets.
Yeah. I don't know. It's just those New York teams, man.
Yeah, they're tricky to figure out. Now, by all means, sir, I'll allow you to break down the Bills unless we get another person in the chat that wants to talk about something else.
So I'll go over what happened with them last year. The record was 13-4. Finished first in their division, second in the league for points scored, which was 525 points. Had the best turnover margin in the NFL since 2012 with plus 24. And then they ended up losing to Kansas City in the AFC Championship game. So my records for them this year, my best would be 16-1. My guess is they're going to go 15-2, and then my worst would be 14-3. My toss-up games for the Bills will probably be determined on the Ravens, the Chiefs, and the Eagles this year.
So you said your ceiling for them is 16-1. I want to assume it's a loss to the Eagles.
No, actually, I think it's going to be a loss to the Chiefs.
Oh, okay.
Mm-hmm. I have them down actually as winning against the Eagles.
Okay. And then you think they're going to finish 15-2, get that 1 seed in the AFC?
Oh yeah. I think Josh Allen's about to have his year. I'm not going to put all my money on it yet, but he's been cheated enough, and with the Chiefs falling apart, I think this could be a good opportunity for the Bills to finally move into that position that they need. But it's really it's going to come down to what I think of those 3 games against the Eagles, the Ravens, and the Chiefs to kind of decide what's going on. Because if they can take on the Super Bowl champions and succeed against that defense, against that run game, Jalen Hurts, you don't know if he's going to either be throwing the ball or if he's going to be doing a QB sneak and all of that. It's just going to all come down to that, or if they can contain Lamar Jackson, or if the striped shirts decide that they're not going to throw the game for the Bills and let the Chiefs win.
No, I agree with that wholeheartedly. Everything you've talked about Buffalo so far, I agreed with. I also agree with what our resident commenter says. Week 1 is a hard start for Buffalo with Lamar Jackson and the Ravens right out of the gate. But even if you lose that game, I still think you're what? Let's see here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. You're 6-1 heading into Kansas City. I mean,
It's
that's not
really good.
yeah, that's great.
And I do have for my toss-up games the Ravens as their first loss. But if they are able to contain Lamar Jackson, Derrick Henry, and I think that's a really good show of what this Buffalo team is going to be able to do this year. I mean, look how far they got last year. I honestly think if Josh Allen didn't try doing those freaking wannabe tush pushes, he might have actually won against Patrick Mahomes.
Yeah, that's fair. I mean, I agree with that completely. I mean, Philly's got that touch push down to a science. I mean, and again, it feels like an oversimplification, just breaking it down to like it's just a quarterback sneak, and that's all it is. And I know it's just a quarterback sneak, but nobody does it like Philly does it. There's some good games on this Buffalo card. Tampa Bay will be a good game going up against Baker Mayfield. Houston will be a good game going up against CJ Stroud on the road. But I like where your head's at. I'm looking forward to December 28th. Two cold weather teams doing battle in Orchid Park, New York. Hopefully in the fucking snow, because that would be epic.
Where the Buffaloes will still come out on top.
I mean, I don't even know if I would be upset. I don't, even though, I give you, as one of your friends, I give you a lot of shit when Philly loses. I don't even know if I could be upset if Buffalo lost that game.
Honestly, and as a Philadelphia fan, the fact that we beat them, so I think it was 2023 we going against them, and we still won. I shit my pants a little bit because, like, I was not expecting that at all. At all. I don't know how the hell we beat them the first time, but I don't see us beating them again the second time. If we end up beating them, I'll probably do fucking cartwheels, man. Like, I'll be over the.
I mean, if you are, you are. I mean, I'm not going to be upset. I mean, we did have a comment on here. Good old Couchy Poo. Ian, he did ask us, will they be on their new field? It's THEY''RE. You should know they're there and there. They are not. That new field is going to be in place for the. It should be in place for the 2025, 2026, 2027 season, is what I'm seeing. Highmark Stadium is still under construction. It will replace the existing Highmark Stadium as the home field of the Bills, starting with the 2026 season. So not this year, it will be next year that they should be on that new field and in that new stadium. But still, I mean, no roof, so you're gonna get snow and snow and snow. And you know what's gonna suck? It's gonna suck if there's an early winter mix in November, because then a team like Tampa is shit out of luck.
This is the other thing, too. Buffalo seems to play most of their best games in the snow. So,
yeah.
Think of it that way. Like, you're talking about home field advantage. That is one hell of a freaking home field advantage right there. You got the weather on your side. So,
right. But no, I like what you have going for Buffalo.
I mean, it's the most realistic thing I could see happening. Honestly, I think if I were to have to make a Super Bowl prediction, I would say this would be the team I would put most of my money on is the Buffalo Bills.
No, yeah, that's fair. We did get another question. Yes, Ian. Yes, we are doing the AFC South today. Camden was going to talk about it, but if Camden does not come in, if you're still on, maybe I'll send you a guest link and we can all shoot around on what we think the AFC South is going to do. We're going to get to a point where we do bring guests up here to hear what they have to say for their like hot take of the week. We'll get there. Did you have anything else on Buffalo, Dolan, or were you going to move on?
Oh, that's about it on Buffalo.
I mean, it makes sense. Very realistic. I can also see them going 15-2, calling it good.
My next team is going to be the Miami Dolphins, though,
Mhm.
which they finished second in the AFC last year, went 8-9. This startled me. I didn't know this. They ranked 10th in points allowed and fourth in total yards allowed. Not allowed, I think that's correct. I meant to write not allowed, but they ranked 10th in it. Marking the first time in 3 seasons that they missed a postseason and resulted in their first losing season since 2019. And trying to find my last note here for them. Oh, yeah, that's about it for that. For the toss-up games I had for them, though, I think they're going to trade off with the Patriots once this year.
Okay.
Probably have a loss to the Chargers, the Falcons. They're going to probably win. Steelers, Bengals, and the Buccaneers. My best I can see them going. My ceiling is 13-4. My guess is they're probably going to stay the same as they did last year.
Around that
And
8-9 mark.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
And my worst is 6-11. So,
okay.
And my thing is, Tua can stay healthy.
Yes, that'll be huge for this Dolphins team. And as you were saying it, somebody also agreed with you on where he thinks the Dolphins are going to finish, right around that 8-9 mark. And I can see that. I mean, games like Buffalo, having Buffalo twice, Baltimore's going to be tough. Washington's going to be tough. Tampa Bay, Cincinnati, Pittsburgh's going to be tough because it's late in this year. It's on the road. It's going to be in the cold. Just an absolutely tough game. I also agree around that 8-9, 9-8 mark. I mean, I think I could maybe make an argument for a 10-win season, but I don't really.
Again, it's really going. It's going to all come down to if Tua stays healthy, because that man is prone to just injuries, especially head injuries, and you can actually kind of see when he gets hurt, the Dolphins suffer massively from him being hurt.
Oh yeah.
I don't know if they have a beefy enough O-line to protect him. And I don't know. Tua is a weird quarterback to talk about because he's good. You can see the potential, and then he's throwing gang signs up on the freaking field because he's been hit so hard. So it's just one of those things.
We got another. Before you move on, who's next for you, just in case?
I'm going to go into the Patriots next.
Oh, cool. I clicked on them in hopes you were going to them next. Couch says, who do they have in the backfield? Is it still, I think that's supposed to be an AN and Mostert? No, I think it's a KN. I was just on there looking. He is in the backfield still, yes, but Mostert has moved on. He is now behind Ashton Genty down in Las Vegas. Let me see if I can find the depth chart. Instead, they have Jalen Wright and Ollie Gordon behind that Devon HN down in Miami. Vegas did get a good pickup. Raheem Mostert is a solid pickup, but I think Genty's going to be the running back that they need him to be.
So Mostert didn't have a good. It wasn't what I was expecting from him last year. That's what I'm trying to think.
Yeah, no, it was very hit or miss.
My fantasy team really suffered from that.
Yeah, I mean, there wasn't a time where Mostert was even the leader for rushing yards on the team. It was just solidly HN the whole time. I mean, well, no, there was okay. I'm sorry. I have my numbers wrong. He did lead the team as the highest rusher once for a game. He had 19 yards against Green Bay last year, and that was the most on the team as the highest.
Oh, God, bro.
Yes. So sorry.
Bro. Rough. Any other questions or comments before we move on?
No, I think it's just a little bit more about Miami, but I think we're good.
All right. So this is the team that the next two teams I really did struggle with. And the reason why, the Jets, they're losing their star quarterback, and the New England, good God almighty, did they fucking suck last year. They finished fourth. So we're going into the Patriots. They finished fourth in the division. They went 4-13 last year. And the only thing they ranked even close to in the top 20 in the league end was rushing yards. Everything else, they were about dead last in. And I'm going to probably have some unrealistic goals for this team this year, but I got some toss-up games. I do think they'll trade once with Miami this year. I think they're going to lose to the Raiders. Panthers, I think they're going to win. And again, this is me just being realistic. It's not me being nice. I do think they'll win against the Saints. Or they'll lose against the Saints, my bad. The best I could see in my ceiling right now for them is a 10-7 team. My guess is they'll be where Miami is, maybe 8-9. My worst, 5-12. I'm leaning more towards the worst. If it makes sense right now, I'm going to probably lean more towards the 5-12 just because, again, I need more proof. You know how I am. I got to see it to believe it kind of thing, and they're not really showing me any proof that they deserve anywhere close to over maybe a one game over what they did last year. It's just.
I get it. Yeah, this Patriots team is hard to like, especially now that Belichick's down coaching North Carolina football with his young girlfriend.
Yeah.
Money gets you a lot of things. Ian thinks Drake May is going to be a better leader this year. I mean, we'll see. I mean, I don't really know. Yeah, I mean that's really neither here nor there at this point.
It's gonna have to be one of those things you just see happen because the schedule they play this year. Realistically, New England should be able to win some of these games, but from what happened last year with them, it's really hard to see that happen right now.
Yeah, no, I agree wholeheartedly. It's gonna be a few rebuilding years before they get to where they need to go. Before you finish with the Jets, which I know everyone's looking forward to, if you're tuning in and you want to join up on here, who did they draft first? I think Couch is asking for who New England drafted first last year, and I will tell him here in just 1 second. Looks like they drafted. Ooh, that's a good pickup. Tackle Will Campbell from LSU, very good pickup. And then they drafted Travion Henderson as a running back from Ohio State. Another good pickup for the Patriots. But
maybe my 8-9 prediction might be more realistic than I thought. We'll just have to see then.
Yeah, no, it very well might be. So if you are here in the live and you want to come up here and chat with us for a little bit, talk about something, I'm posting the link in the comments right now. If you want to get up here, I'll see you in there. Dolan, I'm going to let you talk about the Jets before we get any further.
Okay. So I really don't have much to say about the Jets. They only did one game better than the Patriots last year. They were third in the division. They went 5-12. Aaron Rodgers pretty much was the Jets, in my opinion, even though he did not do that well. We had that talk last week, like we compared him to Jordan Love. So, I mean, I actually see him going down in the division. Like I said, I see the Patriots taking that step up to the third spot in their division, and the Jets actually falling short because my best is they stay the same. They're ceiling 5-12. My realistic guess is going to be probably they're going to drop a game 4-13. And my worst is 3-14. Because, again, there are still some games they can probably win. Again, it's just.
What the hell? Sir, I am in the middle of a recording.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Say hi to YouTube and Spotify. I'll call you back after.
I forgot you were out there.
Yeah, it's okay. I'll call you back after.
That is Jacob's little brother, Hunter.
Yes. He'll probably be up talking.
Eventually.
Us, yeah.
But I don't know. Again, these two, it's always like those last two teams in the division that I struggle with. It was the same last week with Green Bay and the Bears. But I just don't really see the Jets really doing much this year either. But again, we'll have to just see what happens. And I could be wrong.
I mean, they have a talented.
Usually am.
They have a good wide receiver in Alan Lazard. Breece Hall from Iowa State is a decent running back out of the backfield. And now you don't have old, washed-up Aaron Rodgers anymore. You have Justin Fields taking the snaps for the Jets. So, I mean, maybe it's a good thing. I don't know.
Well, Justin Fields didn't do too better in Pittsburgh last year. So what's going to change going to a different team?
He didn't.
It's the same.
But Russ started more
than
than Fields.
Yeah, I'll give you that. But
I mean, I'm not saying what he did in Chicago was anything legendary, but when he was at Chicago and he was able to move around, he almost broke Lamar Jackson's single season rushing record. It's just we'll have to see if he can take steps forward as a passer. I'm not disagreeing with your thing with the Jets. I could see that as well. Kind of middle of the pack, lower of the league kind of area. And
I think they'll do better than the Giants. So
that's not a high bar. But yeah. I agree. That is you literally picked like one of the lowest bars.
I mean, they're both New York teams. They both kind of suck, so
yeah, 3-14 team. Yeah, they can do better than that. Biggest. Ooh.
See, at least there's a team worse than them.
This is a good question.
Biggest Jets upset.
Jets upset for this year. Ooh, let me pull the schedule back up. For this year, I think I would have to say
Buffalo. That first game.
Yeah, that would be a pretty big upset. But I'm also trying to stay realistic. If Buffalo,
Dallas, that would be an upset, right? Dude, Dallas fans would lose their fucking mind if the Jets beat them.
I'll do you one better. I think the biggest upset that the Jets are going to have, and I didn't initially when I did the NFC South predictions, I didn't have this in their record. But I think the biggest upset, week 3, beating Tampa Bay on the road.
Ooh.
That is a realistic upset I can see, and that would be the biggest one because NFC South champ last year, playoff team last year. That would be a big one. Denver would be a big one. Dallas not so much because it's Dallas.
Jerry.
Yeah, I've been watching a lot of the stuff on him and Micah Parsons going at it about dealer disputes and what Jerry said. I mean, and then Jerry always says the worst shit at the worst time.
Jerry's my hero, bro. He's the reason that team sucks. I love it.
I don't get it.
I'm here for it.
Like, how are you going to sit there and say, oh, well, if somebody's just going to go out and get hurt, like out enjoying themselves, why should I pay them millions of dollars?
I think my favorite thing last season was when CeeDee Lamb was like, hey, I can't see shit because the sun's in my eyes. Can we please do something about this? And Jerry was just like, man, that fucking sucks.
Jerry's the biggest fucking like, cry me a river kind of guy.
Yeah. fires his head coach and replaces them. Like,
is Mike McCarthy not there anymore?
No, they fired. I don't think they fired him.
Ooh,
but I'm pretty sure the Cowboys have a new head coach.
I thought they did too. He was most recently the head coach of the Cowboys, where let's see here. Yep, it was announced January this year that he would not be coming back.
Yeah.
So who did Dallas bring in to be the head coach then? Because now
I don't know.
Now
a
I'm
yes man.
confused.
That's all I can think of is a fucking yes man. Because probably McCarthy was like, "I'm not doing this." Like, that's the only thing I can think of.
Oh, now I'm really confused, and now I'm curious. Dallas Cowboys head coach. Who is this guy?
Exactly.
I've never heard of him.
You see what I'm saying about? I said I'm gonna keep saying it.
So I'm sorry. I'm sorry to all the Cowboys fans out there, but did not know that this guy was your offensive coordinator. Brian Schottenheimer. He was an assistant coach. He's been an assistant coach or a coach since 1997. He has been with Dallas since 2022, where he was a coaching analyst. Then he spent 2 years as the offensive coordinator, and now he's the head coach of Dallas, Mr. Brian Schottenheimer. What a name.
Like I said, man, which team's going to show up on game day? We got the Dallas Cowboys and we got Jerry's team. You know what I'm saying? That is, and I'm going to say this all fucking season because it was the same shit last year, and I'm sure previous years that was the reason too.
Just, dude, I can't be bothered with it, man, because it's like fucking. This is what Dallas is going to do. And I know we're going to talk AFC South. Don't worry, Ian. We're going to get there. This is what they do. They start out like 3-0, 4-1 kind of range. Everyone's like, "Oh yeah, Dallas is back," and then it goes down the fucking shithole. Just for a team that hasn't gotten past the second round since 1995, you would think their fans would try to recognize that, you know what? Maybe this year isn't your year and you just need to rebuild a little bit.
Fire Jerry. Just get rid of Jerry and you guys
can't get rid of Jerry. You can't get rid of Jerry. He's the damn owner.
Poison him. Figure it out.
He owns the team. Now, and I heard this discussion today. Imagine if Jerry had like a decent Jerry hired a GM instead of just making all the decisions himself. Because he's the owner and general manager.
I know.
If he had a general manager that had the best interests of the team at heart, I think you're looking at a completely different Dallas, and a Dallas that probably doesn't suck as much.
Since our other companion isn't here to defend them, because good God, last week that was something. What are you, before we move even into the next division, what do you think about Dak Prescott there? Dak Prescott.
Overrated. I think Dak is severely overrated. Dak is an overrated quarterback.
The dude sat like how many games for a spring thumb?
Yeah.
Hell, he decided this team sucks so bad, I'm going to get surgery in the middle of the year and let their fucking secondary quarterback fucking
I mean, play. I don't blame him.
He even said it on the fucking sidelines, like in the middle of a game. He was like, "God, we fucking suck." Like you can clearly say
when your starting quarterback is telling you that you fucking suck. Don't you think it's time to do some self-reflection? Crazy.
Jerry.
Well, so because our companion's not here, it's going to be up to us to break down the NFC South, the AFC South. I believe this. I mean, I think it goes without saying this is Houston's division. I mean,
Yeah.
don't really know anyone that can challenge them. We'll go into record breakdowns here in a second, but the question a lot of people are asking, like, is this the year for Trevor Lawrence? Is he finally going to put it together? How is the number one draft pick, Cam Ward? How is he going to look and provide for the Titans after the Titans finished last year, had the number one overall pick? And then what's the QB room in Indy looking like? Anthony Richardson, or is it going to be somebody else? I mean, Richardson he had a knack for getting hurt a little bit. But we'll see. We're going to start with Tennessee since they finished last in last year's division. I'm going to pull up their.
Yeah, I was about to say, pull that up.
I'm going to pull up their stuff. They did. They having the number one draft pick, picking up Cam Ward of Miami, huge. They're coming off a season where the offense was 26th in the league in passing yards per game, averaging just under 200 yards per game in passing. The rushing was kind of middle of the pack. They averaged about 109 yards per game. Points for, definitely on the lower side. Bottom 5 in the league, or bottom 6, as they only averaged 18 points a game on offense. And on defense, the defense was the 3rd worst in points against, giving up an average of 27 points per game. I mean, it doesn't get any much clearer than that on how this Titans team is.
Their fourth down conversion for their opponents is 76.9%.
And I mean, I know they were really hoping for Will Levis to take off with the Titans, but he got injured. Tony Pollard comes in at running back.
Mm-hmm.
They have Calvin Ridley, Tyler Lockett, two standout receivers. It's just, what are they going to make do with it? Looking at the Titans schedule here, got it pulled up. I think realistically, this team goes.
Loss.
Well, no, I have loss, win against Indy. I think they split with Indy. Loss, maybe a victory.
I could see maybe Seattle. I don't know.
Oh boy, this is
a rough one.
This is a rough one.
God damn it, Cam! You were supposed to.
I'm trying to gauge what I think they could actually finish, and I'm getting.
Give me 1 second. I gotta answer my phone. Alpo's got to do it. Alpo's got to do his job quickly.
That's okay. I see 5-17. No, 5-12. What am I saying? 5-17. Wow. 5-12 is my prediction for this Tennessee Titans team. They get 2 more wins than they previously had. Ceiling. That's going to be tough. Maybe 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. Ceiling for this Titans team, 9-8. As a ceiling.
Whoa.
Again, this is everything goes according to plan. I don't think it is. I think they finish 5-12. They get 2 more wins than last year. Basement. 1-16, 2-15.
Maybe they'll finally get the 0-17 record that everybody talks about.
Oh, Cleveland got one of those not that long ago. Excuse me. That's what I have for Tennessee. I mean, your bright
I
spot is
Indianapolis. That's
Cam
all I.
Cam Ward is the if Cam Ward can adjust to the professional level, you guys might be sitting fine.
I could maybe see Arizona,
Yeah,
Jacksonville, Seattle, but
I put
hell, maybe
Arizona.
even the Saints.
I
But
put Arizona, Jacksonville, and the Saints in for that ceiling.
yeah, I don't see them doing much against Denver, Los Angeles. Hell,
Houston,
maybe the Patriots.
maybe if they get lucky.
No shot against
I
the
had a win for the
49ers.
Patriots. They'll lose to the Niners. They'll beat Cleveland, probably.
There you
Maybe.
go.
I don't know.
Upset for the Titans this year. They beat the Chiefs.
No.
There
No.
you go.
No.
That would be a headliner, though. Worst team in the NFL beats the fucking Chiefs. What would you do if that happened?
I'd celebrate because I don't like the Chiefs. But I would also be like, well, who did I start for fantasy that week? Realistic upset.
Houston.
One win against Houston, maybe.
I would say Houston
That's what I got.
because they're both still early in the year.
Yeah. And well, you're also coming fresh off a bye week too
Mm-hmm.
in Houston. So yeah, I mean 5-12 is what I got them going. Moving on. Yeah,
no
it's
complaints here.
moving on. We're gonna move to the Jags, a team who, you know, I used to cheer for a little bit purely because CJ Beathard from Iowa was there and I liked what he was doing. And then he outperformed Trevor Lawrence in Trevor Lawrence's rookie year in camp. But Urban Meyer is a dipshit with a national title, maybe. And okay, congratulations, you got me. But I think he should have started Beathard, and then he wouldn't have been fired after 1 year at Jacksonville.
Yeah.
Jacksonville brings in the Heisman Trophy winner, Travis Hunter from Colorado. And I think what they're going to try to do is they're going to see how watch these preseason games are what we were going to be watching for the Jags to see what they do, because Travis Hunter has been very adamant that he wants to play both sides of the football. He wants to be a cornerback. He wants to be a wide receiver like he was in college. I mean, it's tougher to do it at the pro level, but if he can do
it. Edelman did it a little bit.
But this is like, taking multiple snaps a lot on both sides of the ball. So preseason watch is going to be on Travis Hunter and what they decide to do there. This is a team that in the 20s for the most part, finished 24th in the league in passing yards per game, averaging 204.5 passing yards a game. The rushing attack, they averaged just over 100 yards rushing as a team, finishing 26th. Their offense also finished 26th in the league in points for, averaging just a shade under 19 points a game. And then their defense finished tied 27th in the league, as they gave up an average of 25.5 points per game. Again, Travis Hunter is going to be the biggest story going into, outside of Trevor Lawrence. He's going to be the biggest story going into this season for Jacksonville.
Or maybe asking about Christian Kirk and his broken collarbone. See how that's going to affect him this year too.
Yeah, that'll be big. Going into record, I got Jacksonville pulled up here. They're going to start with a win against Carolina. It seems simple enough. I mean, unless Bryce Young just mollywops, but I don't think that's going to happen.
Before you say anything about I want the Bengals to be better this year, but I don't. Do you think the Bengals are going to be able to have that magic come back for them?
I hope so. I like Joe Burrow as a quarterback. I liked him when he was
Yeah.
at LSU. I like Joe Burrow as a quarterback. I mean, it's just what it is. But when you have a front office that takes forever at getting, deals made with you, and then your running back game isn't what it used to be, it's kind of hard to get back to that AFC title winning team. But I think they can do it. I don't think it's out of the realm of. I would still consider them a AFC title contender, but what happens with that, I couldn't tell you. I think they start 1-5. Yeah, no, 1-4. 1-4.
Who do you think they're gonna 1-4?
They're going to beat Carolina and then lose from Cincinnati to Kansas City.
Okay. Win against
And then
Seattle.
maybe Seattle. I think I would have Seattle in there for them. Lose to the Rams, lose to Vegas, lose to Houston. Okay, let me just count my wins for them then. 1, 2. I got 8 and 9.
That's what I'm counting too.
8 and 9 for this Jaguars team. I don't ceiling. Maybe 11-6. Picking up wins, picking up a win against Denver, one win against Houston, and then maybe pulling a sneaky off of Cincinnati or San Francisco.
I'd say more against Cincinnati than San Francisco.
Yeah, just it depends on what version of San Francisco wants to show up.
The crippled version or the healthy version?
Or the NFC Championship version. Basement off 8 and 9. Could probably take away a win from Indy, a win away from Arizona.
Maybe one from Tennessee too, if you're feeling nice.
Well, I had them split with Tennessee, but yeah, I was okay. 5 and yeah, 5-12 is my basement for this team. 5-12, 8-9 is what I think they're going to go. Ceiling of 11-6.
Still an improvement.
Yeah. What about you? What you got? What do you have them going?
I'd probably say the same. That or they win both games against Tennessee. Let me count here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. My ceiling would probably be 7-10.
Okay.
Realistically, I'd probably say the same as you.
Well, then back up because 7-10 is worse than 8-9.
Oh crap! Yeah.
So you would have their ceiling probably being 8-9, or maybe like 9-8, 10-7 ish.
Yeah. My guess would probably be 7-10 though.
7-10.
I think they could do it. I just
It's a unique schedule.
Got to see it to believe it, man.
No, absolutely. I agree with you wholeheartedly. I'm a see it to believe it guy with Chicago, and I'm a Bears fan. So, I mean, I'm not here to disagree with you. Well, unless I feel like disagreeing, but that's another story.
Which is funny because I don't think we've really disagreed much. That you and me have not disagreed at all much until the other Motar came on, it was like,
Yeah.
you're like, huh? But no, we
We're
love
gonna
Cam.
Yeah, we love him. We're going to move on to Pat McAfee's team, the Indianapolis Colts. This is a team who,
Omaha.
yep, they're going to have a quarterback battle. And I can't believe I have to say this. It's a quarterback battle. Ooh, before we get into that, I think we just had a great idea that we might have to pose. Mr. Couch says, Gridiron and Grit Fantasy League.
Yeah.
Ooh, I love that idea.
That's a good idea.
That is a great idea. I don't know if we'll implement it this year, just based with everything that we're gonna have going on when season gets in the middle of things.
We can go off in the league that we got going on that Cam's got the belt on this year.
Oh yeah, we could. We could do that as well.
Start and then build one off of that. See what happens.
Right. But no, with this, and I hate the fact that I'm saying this other guy's name in a quarterback battle kind of hurts me a little bit for the Colts. Anthony Richardson and Daniel Jones quarterback battle at training camp for that coveted starting spot. Personally, I think that you know what? If you're going to have those two have a quarterback battle, why don't you just throw Riley Leonard in there from Notre Dame? just throw Riley Leonard in there as well. Who knows? Maybe the rookie will do better than both of them.
Throw the janitor in there, see what he does too.
It's intriguing because this is a team that also has Jonathan Taylor, who was one of the best rushers a few years ago. You got Charvarius Ward on defense. It's a good team. It's just, it's a decent team. It's just, what version of the Colts are we going to see this year that we maybe didn't see last year, or vice versa? This is a team that just, they went out, they added Tyler Warren from Penn State, and I know that's gonna give you a little bit of a chub. You're Mr. Tight end, fullback, everything on the field kind of guy.
We are Penn State.
Yeah, I know. I'll interview James Franklin tomorrow. Jonathan Taylor was the highlight of this team. He helped lead this team to finishing 8th in the league in rushing yards per game, averaging 137 yards per game as a team. But elsewhere around it, it's kind of mediocre or lower of the league. Your offense finished 17th in the league in points for, averaging 22 points a game. Your defense finished 24th, averaging 25 points against per game, and your offense averaged less than 200 yards a game, finishing 25th in the league. It's tough to say what needs done for this Colts team other than helping. Somebody needs to step up at quarterback. That's all I can say. And I know Pat thinks that this is the year Anthony Richardson just takes over the AFC. I don't see it, but Pat is eyes on that team and eyes on that market. He might be seeing something I'm not. And Pat's also been doing this a little while longer than I have. Love Pat to death. Absolute great guy. Would love to one day, but
I don't see it at all. I'm gonna be real with you.
Don't see it. I just don't.
Right now, from what this is looking like, this is the worst division.
Oh yeah. Oh
NFL.
yeah. Oh yeah. Having said that, I have their record up. I can see this team going, let's see, realistically here.
Yeah.
I'm going to say 7-10. 7-10 is my prediction. I can see them. My ceiling for them is 8-9. Not 8-9. 9-8. Kind of middle of the pack. Basement. I'd say my basement's probably the same as what I have for Jacksonville, 5-12. This looks like a 7-10 team in my mind. You pick up a win against Tennessee, maybe a win against the Rams, Arizona, another win against Tennessee. That's 4. I need 3 more. Not beating Kansas City, maybe Seattle.
I had that. So
And then Atlanta, and then splitting with Jacksonville, or just taking both Jacksonville games.
I have them at 5-12. That's all I can think. 5.
That's my basement for them is 5-12.
That's my guess. Like my ultimate guess, 5-12.
Okay. What's your ceiling for them? Like what do you think is the best they could do? I know you think they can go 5-12. About where I'm saying 7-10 kind of range.
Yeah. Worst I could see him going is maybe. I don't know. I'm just gonna say 5-12. Like.
No, that's fair. I mean, they are coming off a year where when they finished last year. That's
8-9. They finished 8-9 last year.
8-9. So yes, my 7-10 prediction isn't horribly far off from what they built upon last year. Yeah, man, I don't know this.
That division's hard.
It is, and I wish we had Cam here.
I think I know why. Maybe he didn't want to join tonight. Like
maybe the whole work was just a clever ploy.
Yeah, you got a division like this. He's probably still sitting there scratching his head, like, what the fuck do I say about them? I have nothing good to say right now.
Well, that leaves us with one team left, and that's Houston. I mean, Houston looked good last year, made it to the playoffs.
Their lost to the Commanders, correct? I think it was the Commanders.
In the regular season, maybe.
Well, who did they play in the playoffs? Because
they beat the Chargers in the wild card round, and then they lost to Kansas City by 9.
That's right. It was the. See, yet again, we come back. We full swing back over to fucking Kermit. Why he should not have been in the playoffs last year.
I mean, they started off really well heading into week 7 last year. They were 5-1. I mean, most of their losses came in the back half of the year. I mean, they finished 10-7. Picked up a playoff win. I think they're going to expand upon that 10-7 record this year. I'm particularly happy because tight end U is Iowa is tight end U, and they don't you shake your head at me. Iowa is 100% tight end U. You're gonna look at me and tell me it's not when we have.
I'm just shaking my head because
George Kittle, Sam Laporta, and T.J. Hawkinson.
You're just getting the chubs over there for the fucking Iowa boys, aren't you, boy?
Is that such a problem? I'm an Iowa boy myself. I go to school at Iowa. I like Iowa. Sue me. Iowa State's not bad, but they're not good either because they're little brother. But they did draft Luke Lachey, tight end out of Iowa. He's a good pickup. They actually drafted 2 Iowa State guys too.
Oh, God. Actually, we know who he's going to be rooting for this year, everybody. He's going to be rooting
I'm not rooting for Houston. Chicago's my team. But they did finish, even going 10-7, they still kind of finished middle of the pack a little bit. Their offense was 19. They finished 19th in the league in points for, averaging just about 22 points per game. Their defense finished 14th in the league in that same category, giving up just an average of about 22 points per game. The rushing yardage, they were middle of the pack, finished 15th, averaging 112 yards per game as a team. And their passing yardage was on the bit of the lower side. They finished 21st in the league, averaging about 207 yards of passing per game. We have, I think we have somebody here that it's going to help us break down this record potentially for Houston.
Oh.
We're going to bring him up right now. How's it going, bro?
Look at that.
What's going on?
Fucking couchy poo up in here.
Hey, big Houston guy. If they weren't in the AFC, that'd be my NFC team right there. A big Houston guy.
Oh, big Houston guy, huh?
Yeah, man. I'm a big CJ Stroud fan, and I'm gonna tell you what, their wide receivers, they do some work for me on the fantasy. So big Houston guy.
Well, looking at this schedule, where are they going to go?
I'm gonna have to look in this real close now.
That's okay. We've both been leaning in to look.
Let me see here. I want to say 10-7. I think that's a strong prediction there. 10-7. I think
Another
they're
10
in
and 7 year.
Yeah, I think they will definitely split with Baltimore. Um, and then like Denver, that's a tough game. Denver's a tough game. Seattle, I think, is another upset type game that they could get upset at. I think Seattle's gonna be a different team this year, kind of maybe.
You think?
Maybe so. I don't know for sure, but that's what I'm thinking.
I think this Houston team, looking at this schedule, is going to go 11-6. They're gonna lose to Tampa Bay. They're gonna lose to Baltimore. They're gonna lose to San Francisco, Denver, and then Buffalo and Kansas City.
You know what? I think this year, I think that's a good upset game right there. I think this is they're going to be coming off of that piss off rage against Kansas City from the playoffs. I think they're going to win against Kansas City.
That would be my upset game if there were to be an upset game. I think Houston could go on the road to Arrowhead and shock the world a little bit.
I pray to God, bro.
I definitely think they could.
Yeah.
You and Buffalo, because Buffalo will be trying to get the 1 seed.
I
don't know.
Honestly,
I don't
think that would be a thing.
I would say San Francisco is definitely a weird matchup this year for him too. Playing the NFC South has the AFC, or my bad, the NFC West plays AFC South this year, so it is a different matchup than playing both Houston and the 49ers. But and especially almost back to back. Oh, actually, they are playing back to back. So that's a very that's a weird. I think it's kind of a weird schedule for them, but definitely they're gonna split one of those games with the NFC West. Either we'll win with Seattle and a loss to San Francisco, or a loss to Seattle and a win with San Francisco. That's going to be a weird couple of weeks. Definitely excited to watch those ones.
Yeah, Houston's going to be one of those teams that you just got. It's going to be fun to watch them this year. It does look like the backside of their season is going to be a lot harder than the beginning of their season.
Well, that's how it was last year.
Yeah, going off what Couch is saying, you got Denver, then you've got Buffalo a few weeks later, Kansas City, Arizona, the Rams. If from what you're saying, the Raiders, that's a pretty gnarly schedule for the end of the season.
I would say their toughest stretch is going to be, including the bye week, I think from weeks 5 to 14, that might be the toughest little stretch for Houston, because in there you have Baltimore, you have Seattle, San Francisco, Denver. You have a Jacksonville team that might be looking to contend. You have Buffalo, you have Kansas City. So I think that's going to be the stretch to see just what this Houston team is made out of.
Just gonna
Yeah,
have to see.
definitely. That is a tough. Those are some tough weeks. And what weeks are by on there? I can't see.
Week 6.
Week 6.
Week 6 by.
Coming off
Yeah,
the
that
Baltimore game.
yeah that is gonna be. I wouldn't be surprised with a late season loss to Los Angeles as well.
Mm-hmm.
I know both of their star wide receivers, and Nico Collins. And who was the other one? I can't even think of his name. Tank Dell, and Nico Collins, both late season injuries last year, but both very big fantasy earners. I mean, I definitely had them on my own fantasy team. So those
Trust
two
me,
right there,
he kicked my
though.
ass with those people.
Yeah, but I mean, honestly, I think them losing Stephon Diggs wasn't the end of the world at all for that team. I
Oh no.
think that they're just fine without Stephon Diggs.
I would say
Did he
so.
do much? Did he do much in Houston though? I don't remember him doing much.
I don't really think he
I think
did.
he was hurt for a few weeks actually. But he wasn't. I don't, he had a couple breakout weeks, but really, I think from what I remember, even in some fantasy, that it would be like Nico Collins 1 week, Stephon
Yeah.
the next week,
I
Nico
mean,
Collins 1 week.
Stephon was 4th on the team in receiving yards. He had 496 receiving yards in on 47 receptions with 8 games played, and he was second on the team. Well, tied for second on the team with Tank Dell for touchdowns with 3. Nico Collins was the wide receiver for this team last year. He went over 1,000 yards receiving, had 7 touchdowns. I mean,
Look at Nico Collins' first like 4 or 5 games. I think he was at like 800 yards in like 4 games. He was like, and then he got hurt and he was out for like 3 or 4 weeks. But man, that guy is the wide receiver, like you said, is the wide receiver for
oh
Houston.
yeah. I mean, it's going to be fun to watch. I think the AFC is shaping up to be fun to watch. Obviously, I have bias. I prefer the NFC because bear down. Fuck the birds.
All right. Whoa. Okay.
Honestly, I joined up today right at the mark when you guys were talking about Denver, and I was like, oh no, let's see what they got to say about Denver here. But yeah,
Denver's
you guys' prediction was really close. Even like the NFL analysts, they're even saying like ESPN ranked Denver at the number 6 ranked offense right now.
Mhm.
So really explosive offense, and definitely coming off one of their better years recently in defense. I mean, last year they were the number 1 defense for sure.
Oh yeah.
yeah.
So
I don't know if you
definitely
joined
excited about
in.
the AFC.
I don't know if you joined in for this, but I was telling Jacob, I was like, they had a rough start at the beginning of the season, but it seemed like they picked up momentum like that, and it was just smooth sailing for most of the season for them after
I
that.
really
Yeah, it was a rough beginning of the season for me because I went to their season opener in
Yeah, I
Seattle.
remember.
Actually,
I remember
uh,
that.
I was like, "Yeah, man, I'm gonna go watch Bo Nix ball out," and he wasn't bad, but I was a little shaky in the beginning, knowing coming with a rookie. But I mean, Bo Nix matured very fast during the season, so I was super happy.
I
No,
mean,
no love for the Russell Wilson over there. I'm assuming.
Yeah, the dead cat, man. I mean, we were working with bare minimal guys and in injuries as well, and we still, pulled that season out the way we did. So I'm like totally looking up now, um, and especially who we drafted and everything else. So it's
Yeah,
gonna be exciting, like Jacob said, in the AFC West, man, or not just even the West, man. AFC is a tough uh, uh, conference in general. I mean, it's tough.
I mean, Cam all last week, every time he was talking about a NFC East team playing Denver, he was like, "Oh yeah, well Denver's gonna lose." I'm like, dude, why are you shitting all over Denver? Like, do you not realize how good they actually kind of are? Like, they're coming off their first, and I didn't know this until I sat down and did the research. Last year being y'all's first playoff berth since winning the Super Bowl.
Yeah, there was a long stretch with Denver, just with head coaching, quarterback switching. Like it was just insane. I think when I was looking the other day, it was like 14 quarterbacks over the span of the 6 or 7 years, or I mean, that's more than like 8 9 years. But I mean, it's just insane. Uh, and now that this is actually the first year that a quarterback coach combo have been together since 2014. So this is it's insane to me that finally it's kind of looking up for Denver. But Cam is crazy for that. I didn't watch all the way into that part of that episode.
Did
That
you
is pretty
even?
crazy.
Well, you should have seen the predictions he was making for the East, man.
Oh yeah, he's got.
You should have
Cam,
watched that.
Cam thinks
I was lit up like a
he thinks
fucking
it's gonna
Christmas tree.
go like the standings from top to bottom: Washington, Dallas, Philly, Giants.
Wow. I definitely think that Washington can contend with the Eagles within
That's what I said
two to
last
three
week too.
games. I don't think they're number one. And if they do, they pull it out maybe at the end of the season or something. I don't know. I'm really
Maybe
excited to watch Washington. I don't. People have been talking a lot about Jaden Daniels as well. Just was like,
maybe Philly.
Was it a breakout year for him? Is it going to last again? But I mean, Philly, they're pretty consistent. I feel like So we'll see what
Maybe
happens out there.
maybe Philly loses some games they probably shouldn't, like week
Tampa
13,
Bay.
like week 13.
Week
Yeah.
13, the Chicago.
Okay.
Hey,
Yeah. Okay, brother.
I'd be happy to see that. I'd be happy to see that. I mean, I'm not. There's nothing against me for Philly, and I was super happy they won the Super Bowl because being a AFC West guy, I will never cheer on the Chiefs. The only time I ever cheered on the Chiefs, and I will admit this, is when Tom Brady's last Super Bowl.
Yeah.
Playing as
With
a Tampa Bay Buccaneer, and
Uh,
I was like, I can't watch Tom Brady win another Super Bowl. But now looking back, I'm so happy he won that Super Bowl.
I was cheering for Tampa Bay because before that season in the draft, they drafted somebody that was my age that I grew up kind of didn't really grow up with, but I knew of him like growing up. Uh, Tristan Wirfs on their offensive line, and the first memory I have of Tristan Wirfs was at a middle school wrestling meet, and he walks out. He's tall, he's muscular. He goes out to wrestle our heavyweight, who's short, fat, doesn't really get moved around a whole lot, and he like throws our heavyweight across the mat and then ends up like throwing him and sticks him. I'm like, okay, that guy's an animal. Good to
That's
know.
awesome.
the
Good
only
Yeah.
thing.
So,
question.
I put in the comments about that Gridiron and Grit fantasy, man. I'm excited about that. I want to see something happen with that. It's just the extra little brief at the end of the week with Gridiron and Grit, what the fantasy is looking like, and definitely to break down some of the fantasy guys. I mean, there's always some crazy weeks in fantasy.
Oh yeah, my biggest thing for fantasy right now is Christian McCaffrey going to be the golden running back again for fantasy, or is it going to
I
go
don't
all
know.
Saquon?
I think number one running back will definitely be Saquon after last season. I mean, I had him personally on my team, and man, that guy putting up 30 points a week. So
Didn't
Like,
have him on either one of my fucking teams, and I wanted him, but he got stolen twice for me. I was heartbroken.
what? No, who stole him?
Yeah, at least I got George Kittle, right?
Fuck you.
let's get that Gridiron and Grit going though. I'll have to join in
I'm
on
gonna
that
take
one,
Nico
man.
Collins.
Hey Nico, man, that guy, I'm
I'm
telling
gonna
you,
take Nico
he's a
Collins.
sleeper pick. And right
Yeah,
now,
no,
everybody knows about him now. I had him 2 seasons in a row, but
but
he was a sleeper pick.
there's something that Dolan doesn't know about our league this year that
I swear to God, if you fucking did something to the seating, it better be
I
random, you
didn't do
motherfucker.
anything to the seating. I'll tell you that. I did nothing to the draft order. I did change the points up a little bit.
You son of a bitch.
If a quarterback gets a tackle,
A quarterback gets a
if a
tackle?
quarterback gets a tackle,
Off interception.
it's 100 points.
So he loses a few points and then all of a sudden gets the tackle, gets 100 points.
Wow. Well, Seattle's going to be getting Kirk Cousins will be getting a lot of points.
Kirk Cousins is down in Atlanta.
Oh, not Kirk Cousins. Who went to Seattle? I can't think who went over there.
I can't either.
I can tell you.
Why did I think that? Maybe I thought that's what had happened.
No, Kirk Cousins is down in Atlanta because they signed him to like a multi-year, multi-million-dollar deal, and then they fucking drafted Michael Penix.
So there's two: Jalen Milroy and Sam Darnold.
Sam Darnold, yeah, I forgot. I knew somebody from the Vikings went there. Wasn't Sam Darnold. I'm excited for Seattle.
I think Sam Darnold might actually do something for Seattle.
I think they will too.
Oh, wow. That changes everything I thought about
Seattle, yeah.
Yeah, so that's why
not just Seattle, but Minnesota as well.
That's why when you guys were talking about the NFC or AFC South with the Texans, I was like, dude, Seattle might win that game because I knew they had that quarterback change.
Yeah. I forgot. Oh, damn.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, that does kind of change things a lot.
Yeah, because he was the quarterback that helped lead Minnesota to that good season last year, and now he's in Seattle.
Yeah.
And they're relying on, I mean, he's not a rookie per se, but a rookie when it comes to starting, J.J. McCarthy. Oh, wow.
I don't know.
That gives me so much more hope as a fucking Bears fan. Hell yeah. We're going to contend this year.
I told you that last week, bro.
Are you guys going to be doing any college football stuff on here?
Yep, we're going to be doing college football is going to start up around I think the week before August 23rd, week 0, we're going to go through because we each have some college teams we're going to follow, and we each have our conference predictions that we're going to make. Dolan's going to be covering and breaking down Penn State, the Ohio Bobcats, and Army Navy. Cam's just taking all the Virginia schools. So he's got Virginia Tech, Old Dominion, James Madison, and Liberty. I'm doing Iowa, Coastal Carolina, an SEC school that I haven't decided yet, and Iowa State. And then, I mean, I'll save it for the prediction time, but I already have my conference champion predictions. I mean, I'll give you a little bit of a spoiler for.
Give me the Big 12.
You want my Big 12 champion?
Yeah, let me hear the Big 12 champ.
Iowa State.
Oh my, that's a biased opinion right there.
Iowa State. Matt Campbell. He's gonna go maybe 10-2, 11-1 with that one loss being to the Hawkeyes, but that's okay.
Do you think over BYU, over Kansas State?
Yes, Kansas State sucks.
I don't think so.
You do realize I'm talking very heavily about Farmageddon before week 0, right? Because it's in Ireland.
Yeah. That's going to be.
You do realize.
Heavy game talk about that.
I know a lot about Farmageddon and that whole K-State. Okay, I'll do you this because I know you're a big K-State fan, and it is maybe a little bit biased. I haven't liked Kansas State since Colin Klein was y'all's quarterback.
I'm not a Kansas State fan. I'm actually a Kansas fan.
You're a Jayhawks fan. Well, sorry, the Jayhawks aren't contending in the Big 12 either.
Hey, maybe in basketball.
That's it. No, I got Iowa State, but I think I'll give you one more because not a Power 4 conference. Fresh off of Army winning the American last year, I think it's time another service academy gets their first conference championship.
Don't say Air Force.
Air Force isn't in the American.
Okay, for it, I was like, there's only 3 services in there.
I got Navy. I think Navy's going to win the American Conference title this year. I think things are looking up for the midshipmen.
There we go.
Yeah. You know what we should do is Gridiron and Grit Dynasty on College Football 26.
Yeah.
Oh God, no! Please don't.
Because it's Dynasty is now cross-platform. So if you start a Dynasty on a PlayStation, you can still invite Xbox players to join and whatnot.
He is PS. It's a PS boy.
Yeah, I know he is, but I'm mostly referring to your little twin that we talk about outside of this channel?
Yeah.
All right, fellas. I'm about to roll out of here. I just wanted to roll in for the AFC South cock with the Texans, but
All
it was
right.
good being on here. And
Yeah.
thanks for. I
Good.
love the podcast, man. I hope you guys keep growing it.
Yeah, appreciate it, man.
All
Take
right,
care.
well,
Thanks for supporting
we'll
it.
talk to you soon.
Talk to
See
you
ya.
soon, man.
Well, that was nice. We had our first guest on here.
And that was Ian Couch, everybody.
Yeah, that's
Good.
Ian
Good old
Couch.
Kansas boy right there.
So far, probably our number one fan. I would say Kansas boy, but hates the Chiefs. I respect it. Well,
Very, very respected. Big Denver fan. As you just learned, big Houston fan. He's a big fan of Texas. Not the Cowboys, though. So
that's fair. Well, that's going to bring this episode 2 to a close. 3 divisions are 100% honest takes, 0 apologies, breaking down the AFC West, South, and East. We're going to bring a new go ahead, Dylan.
Yeah, I was going to say next week we've got our the NFC West, AFC North, and the playoff predictions that we're going to have. So, or my bad, that's Friday.
That is Friday. I got to come up with something for next week. I'm sure we'll be talking about the Hall of Fame game, but I'll be definitely putting something in that schedule for us to talk about.
Give you a little more of a layout. 29th of August, which is in a few days too. We'll be talking about the House settlement. Should college football players be getting paid or should they not? So stay tuned for that one. We're also going to be covering the Hall of Fame game, and then that will kick it up into preseason. So we're going to be starting our talk about preseason games and all of that. Hopefully next episode, our colleague will be here and not working or hiding because he had to do the hardest division to talk about this today.
If he's hiding, he's hiding and can't really stop him. You can find us and follow us on X, Instagram, and Facebook, all at Gridiron and Grit. We are also obviously on YouTube. We're live streaming on YouTube right now. Leave us a subscription. Make sure to like, subscribe, hit that notification bell so that way you get notified when we're going live or when new videos drop. Like Dolan said, on Friday, we're going to be breaking down the last 2 divisions, plus discussing our playoff picks, which will be fun. And then as we get rolling into preseason football, we'll be talking about that. And as we alluded to with Ian, as college football gets up, we're going to be talking college football as well. Something I enjoy a lot. Make sure you use code Gridiron and Grit on your next W order at w.com or GG. I know it's going to be at the bottom ticker for 10% off your next order. Until next time, I'm Hollywood Jacob Worthen. He is Nathaniel Philly Grimm Dolan, and we will see you all on Friday.
Peace out.